So, hey folks, this is me, Vishwas Nair. I'm the host of this entire show of the Pioneer South India platform that we are just hosting every little events about empowering all the different professionals from let you be a finance dude or as a tech dude. I don't care about it. At the end of this conference, I want everybody to just go out with that understanding like this is what tech world means to me. And I don't think anybody other than Vivek Raja can give you that exclusive understanding for what is this all about when we speak about tech. He's one of my favorite speakers, and also trust me, a very hardworking person, and he's never faking anything about what he hard works. Like he's just putting in all the hard work that he does, and I'm honored to be hosting this event today with him. And thank you so much, Vivek Raja, and means a lot, brother.
Right, right. Thanks for the generous introduction. Thanks for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, right.
Let's just go share your screen. I'll add the stream.
Yeah. So,
So yeah,
just give me a second on that. Uh, 1 second. I need to share a couple of stuff.
yeah,
So, yep. Just let me know when you can see my screen, and
yeah, yeah.
we
I
can
can
go ahead.
share screen. Yeah,
Right.
perfect.
I'll take the StreamYard to my other screen so that it'll be convenient for me to handle it.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a second on that. Right.
Sure, bro.
Yep. We have. I'll put in those slideshow. Great. So, are we good to go?
Yeah, yeah. You're visible. Yeah,
Yeah,
and the screen is visible. Yes, perfect.
yeah, great, great, great. Thanks for that. Mm, so, yep. Sorry for that. I think okay, we are good to go here. Okay. So hello everyone. I think is there any swap between the displays or is it fine? Because just to
It's
make
fine.
sure.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah,
Can you
perfect. It's
see me
fine.
clearly? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
So yeah, great. So sorry for all those hiccups and stuff. And hello everyone, I'm Vivek, and thanks Vishwas for inviting me to speak at Pine AI Summit. I'm very glad to be here, and yep, Vishwas and myself have been in community work and for a long time, and it's going pretty good. So, thanks for everyone for joining in, and we'll have a quick intro and we'll deep dive into today's session. And folks, this will be more into a hands-on session, and I don't have much slides. So, the total number of slides, including this poster, counts to 7. So, you can just understand like more, we'll be dealing and learning more in by hands-on. So, and don't worry, you don't have to spin up AWS or anything. We'll just run through the code, and then I'll share all the resources for you at the end so that you can try and test it out when you're free. So sit back and relax and let's start the show right now. So before we go into the show, I just want to give a little bit of introduction about me. So I am Vivek. I'm basically from Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, if you're guys from India, so you might know it. I'm working as data scientist at Nextem. So Nextem is a startup. We are registered in US and we build brain computer interfacing hardware and software solutions. I work as a data scientist and I handle also cloud related stuff over there. And recently, I've been announced as AWS Machine Learning Hero. I love two things. One is cloud and one is machine learning. So that's why, as a thing, I love to implement machine learning on cloud, and that led to me a hero. And apart from AWS, I'm also an organizer at Azure Developer Communities. I handle a couple of cities in Tamil Nadu, which has more than 3,000 members in total. And we have I love to write cloud certifications, and I'm 16-time multi-cloud certified. I'm Microsoft certified data scientist, AI engineer, data engineer, and developer associate. And I'm Oracle solution architect as well, and Alibaba cloud expert. So, and apart from all these cloud stuff, I do like to deep dive into research. So, I've been also working in a lot of research papers and stuff. I published over 5 research papers, and I have one patent in evaluation. So, as we know, in Indian patent, it's quite very slow to get it approved. So, let's wait for it. And during my college days, I started a lot with hackathons. So, that was my initial point of problem solving and product designs and everything. So I have participated in over 60 plus. I actually lost count. It might be over really 60 plus, and over international and national hackathons, and I won 20 of them, notably like Smart India Hackathon, DHFL FinTech Hackathon, and so on. And apart from my professional work, I do love to speak, organize, write blogs, and contribute to community in a lot of ways. And this is one I do speak in a lot of sessions, especially in Pioneer and AI, TFUGs, AWS user groups, and GDGs, and etc. So that's an introduction about me, and we will see about today's session. So as you all know, we'll be actually learning about AWS AI services here. So first, let's try to understand to whom these services will make much more sense. So, are you new to machine learning? So you might be a student or a person who's got fascinated about machine learning through a lot of stuff you've seen in movies, blogs, and whatsoever, but you want to just give a try. And of course, that comes with learning and practice, but you would still want to get started immediately. So, are you new to machine learning? Or and a step ahead. So, are you an application developer? For maybe like you might be a project developer or an intern or a full-time employee or a professional, early professional who wants to work on a project that leverage AI services. And for example, like for text detection or something like that. So you are an application developer who does not have a machine learning experience, but you do want to really integrate AI services in your project or your application. Are you sort of a person like that? Or you are an ML enthusiast with limited knowledge. What I say by limited knowledge is like you know what is happening, but you don't really have that practical skill to implement a full-fledged application from end to end. Or you are an AI expert. For example, like you know what to do with machine learning, you know how models work and everything, but you have a time constraint to build a very quick and accurate AI models for your project. So if you fall in either of the categories, then this session is for you. We'll be learning about AWS artificial intelligence services. So the main core idea of AI services is like these are like a ready-made intelligence for your applications and workflows. So ready-made in the sense, Amazon had trained a lot of data on various aspects, for example, computer vision, text, a lot of stuff on that. So they made models which is ready for you to just integrate in your application and work with that so that you'll be able to solve some problems or a real life problem or maybe a use case with continuous and good accuracy. So you might be well aware of how tedious it is to work with model building. So it involves data collection, training of the model, finding the optimized model, improving it, then you go ahead and put it in deployment and you monitor how it goes and everything. So that's a very tedious process if you go from end to end. But rather, if you have a machine learning model just already deployed and you just want to leverage that service in your application by just an endpoint call, so this is for you. And to just summarize the all the AI services we have in AWS is like I can broadly categorize them into four, which is I can put them as language, decision, vision, and speech. So when it comes to language, you know that involves text and sort of stuff. So we have comprehend and we have comprehend medical as well. So comprehend is about understanding what the text has and the insights with it, and we have chatbot, which is we have text track is about understanding the text. Kendra is about enterprise search. Translate is to translate from one language to n number of languages with everything. And decisions. So code guru, I recently fell in love with code guru because it helped me to bust a lot of bugs using that code guru. So code guru is nothing but a service which enables you to deep dive, analyze your code, your application code, and spot your bugs, refactor it, or give suggestions on how you should improve your code for production environment. And we have lookout for equipment and vision. We have monitron. Monitron actually is one of the newest features. So monitron helps in monitoring how well your ML services work. And fraud detector has been a while, so it detects on fraudulent activities in your data. For example, if you work in a finance or somewhere else, and that's where fraudulent transactions might take place from time to time, and it's actually very important and critical to identify those actions because that will save a lot of money for you and your company. And forecast is about all those decision making and time series forecast. And personalized about a recommendation system built exclusively for your products. So imagine you have an e-commerce website and you want a recommendation system for it. Go for personalized. And coming to vision, vision actually deals with both images and videos. So we have recognition. Recognition is a big uh, AI service, and there are a lot of stuff inside that. So we have text detection, face search, and celebrity recognition. We'll do see about a lot of these examples in this upcoming hands-on session. Uh, and we have speech. So we have two services in that. One is Poly. One is Poly uh, uh, is about reading your text and doing it and transcribe for that same. So it's like a T2S service or text to speech service. So uh, with that said, we now have a glimpse of various categories of AI services and what all the services and each one have. But it won't be advisable for us to deep dive into each service and learn how it works, but rather we will pick out a couple of services over here and we'll try to implement some new use cases on that and see how it works. And then that applies the same for the everything. So this can be done in two ways. One is by your API calls, REST APIs, or if you prefer to work as an application that supports a lot of languages. So for today's session, we'll be seeing on using Python. We'll be using Python SDK to work on these use cases which leverages AI services. So and of course, you can sit back and relax the show to be only for next couple of minutes over here. Then I'll share all those GitHub demo and resources with you so that you'll be able to work on your own with these examples ready. So just give me a second on that. So we will deep dive into the hands-on. Right. Okay, I guess that is visible right now, and yeah.
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah.
So what I've done is these are the code samples which have been already created and already executed. So we will just try to understand how it works. So mm the first one, what I say is we have Boto 3. Boto 3 is the Python related AWS which has all those methods implemented over there. So we will first work on detecting the labels and which comes under the AI service Amazon recognition. So this is about, I'll just go through the code very quickly so that we will then concentrate more on the use cases. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass an image and that image going to respond me with the labels what is present in that image. So for that we'll be actually calling Boto3 client recognition, and with that we'll be passing that image in forms of byte and we'll get a response and we're going to be printing that response. So we have two photos and we are going to detect the labels by calling the function. The first one is about I'm going to pass a classroom image and see how what are the labels we'll be able to get over that. So this is a classroom image. So we can possibly note that there is a lot of school children of young age, and they have desks over there which is colorful and eating lunch or whatsoever. So let's try to understand what we have here. So the recognition has given us these labels of top priority. We have persons. Yep, we have a lot of persons here. We have human, and this is a school. So, and it also has an accuracy of 91% to categorize that as a kindergarten and classroom, and it's an indoor. It is a room which represents a particular room, and the total number of labels which was detected in that is 7. So, which actually makes a pretty good sense over here, right? And followed by we have the second image which is car. So we know this is an F1 race and we have a lot of cars over here. So let's see what the AI service has detected over here. So we have car which is 98%, which is automobile, vehicle, transportation, and it's Formula One. So that's quite surprising. Like it's okay to identify that as cars and automobile, but in particular, it's able to identify that falls under Formula One. and they are driving, and these are the top labels which AI services was able to get. So the label detected were six, and these are the accuracy, how confident it is. And this is the label detection. Let's go to the second feature of recognition, which is detecting the faces. So again, I'm just going to follow the same procedure of passing using the client recognition and passing that image, and we're going to pass an image. So I'm going to pass a very famous TV character, which also happens to be my favorite, which is Heisenberg from Breaking Bad series. So let's try to see how well it has detected the face. So just to be clear, this is about detecting the face, not about detecting the person. So the face is detected over 38 to 56 years old. That makes a lot of sense. Yep. And what are the other attributes over here? So the uh, age is around 56 to 38. Beard is true. Yep, he has a beard, which is a French beard, which is an iconic characteristic of Heisenberg. And bounding box is where the face is located at. And we have emotions. So this person seems to be sad. And it has 65%. Calm is 27%. And confused is 5% and angry is 0.4%. So, yep, this is like sort of a poker face, I would say, or maybe like a face does not show much of an emotions, but it's categorizing as sad. Okay, let's take in that because that shows like A is not, as I said before, it's a very good AI services are very good if you want to integrate directly with your applications, but not as for good quality. We have to build our own models, but rather this is a pretty good, decent models where we can build. And what are the emotions we have? Yep, we have seen it. And the person has eyeglasses. Yes, true. He wears an eyeglass. This is eyes open. Yes, true. He it is categorized as a gender as male with 99%. What are the landmarks of the facials? For example, it has where is the eye left, mouth right, and so on. So these are the facial landmarks which we can actually use to our application as well. So with that, uh, is the mouth open? No, the mouth is closed. The person does not have a mustache. And what is the pose? So how where the person is uh, along with the 3D space. What's the quality of that? And is a person smiling false? Is a person wearing sunglasses false? Yep. And what are the faces detected? So it's one. Yep, that's true. We have only one face in that particular image. So this is one of the face detection from AWS recognition. And the third one is quite new, and it's also one of my favorite, and which I also personally worked in a project on that. So it is a PPE detection. PPEs, as you might also know about, is a personal protective equipment. So it is used to detect what is the PPEs which is available in that picture. So same coding stuff, and we just jump into the solution and see what happens. So we have a person who wears a mask, and I have also bounded that person if he wears a mask in a proper way, which is green. And we have a person who does not wear it properly, so I mark it as an yellow red, and the person who does not wear mask as red. So these are the three categories which I played with, but a PPE can be not only face mask, but it can also be a headgear, gloves, and eye goggles, and so on. So, but yep, let's stick with the face mask detection. So yep, the person has worn this face mask perfectly, which is how we are supposed to wear. And this person is not wearing properly, so it is marked as red, and this person is not wearing. So this will be sort of an automatic approach to identify whether the person wears a mask or not. So this is one of the coolest way how we can work with recognition. And fourth one is celebrity recognition. So what if your AI algorithm can detect a normal person from celebrities and the information about the celebrity as well? So yep, this is one of the iconic Oscar selfie. So let's see how many celebrities have been discovered in this particular this one. So I'll just leave you to you guys. So how many celebrities can detect? So as I'm aware of, he's Kevin Spacey. This is we have Brad Pitt, we have Jennifer Lawrence, and we have Ellen DeGeneres, and many people over here. And yep, Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper. Yep, we have Bradley Cooper and friend Jennifer Lawrence, Wonder as well. Julia Roberts is also here, and Kevin Spacey at the background, and we have six. So yep, apart from the ones which we have here, so it has directed six celebrities from here. But sadly, there's no Brad Pitt, so I'm sorry for that. And let's see if I pass my own image. Yep, that shows I'm not a celebrity, so it detects as zero, which is actually we can confirm that this works perfectly. So, and one of the other feature is where the text detection in an image or in a video. So, I'm going to pass a meme and going to find the text which is written in that particular meme. My computer is seeing me use it to shop for a new computer. Yep, so that happens, and that happened very recently as well, so I can confirm it. So we have the text here. So we have my computer seeing me use it. So this is the first line, and it's also trying to detect between the spaces and different sentences. So these are the text which it is able to identify over here, right? And these are the features and the use cases which we can work with AWS recognition. And let's dive into Amazon Comprehend. So Amazon Comprehend is about detecting the language, and let's see on here. So I'm just going to write something over here and see how it works. So let's see if I can run it. I'm not sure it will be running because I don't have Boto install, but and it's not running in this as well. So it might probably fail. But let's leave that and work on uh, this one. So it is raining in Madurai. So what is the entities which is able to detect in it? So yep. So we don't have Boto. Let's try to install Boto. If that works, we'll go with it. Or let's. So it'll be much more fun to work on instead of running through the code. We'll have something to work upon with. Let's see how that goes. Yep, let's restart. I guess that shouldn't be a problem for us. Yes. Right. This should solve the problem if we have installed both of them. Okay. So yep. So we don't have the credentials because I'm not running that in AWS, but rather than running in my own local. So yep. So let's leave that and let's go to detecting the sentiment. So what if I say I'm feeling very happy to present this today's session? So uh, which is I'm expressing my happiness over here. So which is the sentiment is positive, and what is the next set score over here and overall. So this is one sort of sentiment. And what if I put a text? The number of coronavirus cases is increasing at an alarming rate. So if I say that, what is the sentiment over here? So it's a neutral, and it has a sentiment score of this one. I hate to see a CSK losing in IPL matches. So I'm a very ardent CSK fan, so and an MSD fan. So with this, let's see what this text has an emotion associated with it. So it is a negative because I strongly say that I hate to see CSK losing. So which is a negative statement, and the positive and the negative sentiment score is like we have 0.89 as a score for negativity. So these are different ways where we can play around with AI services, and in AWS we can just hop around the AI services, and yep, let's go ahead and let's also look into for a couple of other stuff. So even we can just play around, I guess, with here. Let's jump into a couple of this as well. So we have text track to work on text related stuff, and we have demand forecasting for forecast, fraudulent detection for that. And of course, Test Act also recently launched document detection as well. So we might also have can look into that aspect. So to start with your AI services, this is a place where you have to start AI services from Azure. I'm sorry, from AWS. And the resources for today's session will be in my GitHub. So go to GitHub and uh, this is Vivek. So Vivek0712. You'll be able to get to my profile over here. So I have a lot of repositories here which I work extensively on machine learning and cloud. So we have something AI services where you have the code as well as the PPT for it. And also I have listed out all those necessary stuff you have to work with AWS and sort of stuff. And a quick review of everything over here. So if you have any questions, you can drop that in chat box. I will be happy to take it. Or if not, if you want to connect me offline, that would be also great. So let's hop back to our presentation. I don't have nothing much more to. Uh, I guess we had a good sample input of how to work with the code and everything. So yep. So for the resources, I guess I've showed you my resource of GitHub. You can hop onto that, and you can also check out my blogs and on GitHub and Medium and Dev.to, where I write more about use case related or a series related machine learning as well as a cloud related approach. So, and this is my LinkedIn and this is my Twitter. You can reach out to me and I'll be happy to take your queries or any help or anything that can be a help of. So that is from my side. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take it right now.
Yeah, one person is like, you're so good when you explain. Okay, thank you so much. He has worked so hard, people. So that's why, of course, he is working. And this is his Dev.to channel. Please go check it out because forget the fact that he's an ML hero. Leave that because he has built himself to a very great fashion. Like, you need to follow his journey, follow his blogs. Like, you'll get to know. Okay, like how to start
Great.
our AI journey. That's what
Okay.
his question
Wait.
is.
That's wait. One second. Just give me a second on that. I'll just take your questions.
Sure.
Yep. So yeah, I'll just stop sharing my screen so that I can take your questions. Okay, great. How to start your AI journey? So that's a common question which I always come across. So the first thing is about the approach you have to take. There are two things you need to consider, which is theory and the practical knowledge associated with it. So the theory comes along with the practice as how it helped me actually. So start picking out projects, even though you don't have much of an experience. So start meddling into projects which is already available. Learn through what they implement and learn the fact and the math theory behind it. So that will really help you to understand why we are conclusively approaching this particular methods in this machine learning stuff. Because there are like nearly hundreds and thousands of models over there. It's impossible to learn everything or go with it. So it's about learning which is one is your favorite and pick that projects. Then try to solve real-time problems. Then you'll start exploring the ways how you can solve it. So that's how I learned my AI and machine learning stuff. I guess that should also help you out here. And yep, of
Yeah,
course, the one thing which I recommend is if you want to get started with, get proficient with machine learning theory, always go with Andrew Ng's machine learning course. That's a standard approach for any machine learning developers.
yeah. And he's asking like new algorithm. Like, how do you learn a new algorithm?
Yeah, okay. So to learn a new algorithm in the sense, first you need to discover that algorithm to find it. Why is it really necessary for you to help to solve that problem? So yeah, of course that comes with two approaches. One is you implement it and you get to see the results. Then you start meddling with the algorithm. So it's about learning about what are the parameters that it takes and the way it should be applied and why this algorithm really means in particular domain space. For example, if you're working with NLP, so you need to understand the basics of where this model has been built and what are the extra features that it has from the apart from other models that will help you to score a better accuracy in doing it. So once you have the relevant data of that particular algorithm, then you can deep dive into that and understand the parameters it takes and what the parameters actually imply in that, and so that you can meddle with it and create a very optimized model out of that algorithm.
Yeah. No, one person is asking like how to work on hybrid cloud and ML problem statements.
Okay, so hybrid cloud, don't have much of an experience because I don't meddle with private and public clouds. So I'm not sure about that, but yep, I will
Yeah,
rephrase
hybrid
your
need not have
question
to be. I think I think what he's asking is,
on on-premise
okay,
and cloud.
no. I think hybrid is like Google Athos is there, right?
Okay, yeah, right, right,
Like
right. Okay, so you
such
want
kind of
to
problem statements. Yeah, I think so. I think probably.
okay, so I can answer that in two questions. So one is the multi-cloud approach where you have multiple clouds, multiple machine learning stuff running in different ways. So if you want to interact with it, best way is you have to figure out why you choose that cloud and for what purpose you are choosing that cloud for. For example, if you want to mix with both Azure and AWS in your single project, so you need to figure out why you go with Azure and what services you are planning to implement over there and why you're going with AWS and why you have to services you imply. So once you have and you develop your machine learning problems and your services over there, and that comes to a position where you have to integrate these responses or communicate between two clouds over there. So common approach APIs that should work, or if not, you have to depend or something like that. So it must be written in sort of an application which can interact with both cloud services over there. So that's one of the first way of answering your question. And second way, I will just take it in instead of multi-cloud, I'll take it as a local machine learning training and then going with the cloud approach. Yep. I guess that's one thing which is quite prevalent in college and stuff. And even that's how I actually shifted my journey to cloud as well. So when we start working in local, so that gives us two constraints, which is the memory and the memory and the compute part. So we don't have much of an access to both of them. So that's the reason we moved to cloud for faster training and as well as uh, compute power over it. So first, decide on working with simpler models because that always gives some of the best results as I what I've seen. It's not just you have to dive into deep learning immediately. You can start with very simple models. Sometimes that models might really give you best results. Once you keep iteratively improving your models from an scale of difficulties or the implementation, you will reach a point where you feel like your local compute does not support or will not actually support your model training or it will take much of a time. Switch to cloud. So cloud has several options. Since it's an AWS topic, so I'll go with AWS right now. So with that you have to choose implementing some of the basics over there. So for example, you have to know what is SageMaker or create a Jupyter notebook over there and start running it. So that's one of the simplest way to start in cloud approach. And rather than once you have your implementation over there, then you have to think on MLOps and sort of stuff to expand that to as a product and an application over there. So that should be your sort of a strategy to start working as a local, then pushing that to a cloud, then expanding that to an application level. I guess that answered your question.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, this is the
so
something
security
common
links.
that I get.
Yeah. Yep, links for that. I can suggest as always that's Andrew NG's Coursera course. You'll be definitely able to Google it and find it out. So that's one thing to get a very good grasp on machine learning concepts. And secondly, when it comes to implementation, that I will leave it that to you because once you have a good grasp on your theory and your mathematics behind it, you'll be able to figure out like which will be my best approach to learn. It can be your TensorFlow where you have to implement it locally, then you can push it to Google Cloud, or you can start with machine learning stuff in any of either of the cloud in either in AWS or Azure or in GCP whatsoever. So start with local approach and then you can consider moving to cloud. And of course, the first answer to your question in short form, check out Andrew NC's Coursera course. Yep. So APIs are as models, the new trend how it's working for the world in terms of deployment. Okay. There are the two things which we need to consider. One is APIs. Uh, the drawback of using AI services is like it's constantly it won't give you the best or accurate result where you want to tailor it to your application, but rather you have to wait for you have to use the responses and modify it to your applications. For example, what I mean is you don't get tailor-made models or predictions for your application, but you have to just depend on the responses that the AI model gives you, and you decide on how to tailor your application based on that. So that's one of the con that AI services have, and of course that comes with a limited accuracy over time because not everything has the best accuracy for your application. So there might be a little hiccups on that, and that's the cons you have to consider. But if you're okay with the two of them, then it's good to go with AI APIs as a model. So which is like a model serving as PaaS, like a platform as a service, which is like an API. So your model is always ready and it's deployed somewhere, and it's provided by either your cloud provider, and you can just integrate your API connections and work on that. And it simplifies your development and deployment, and that helps you a lot in saving your cost and time. That would say. Yeah. So I guess Vishwas, uh, you have dropped out, I guess. Yep. So to just expand on this question a little bit, still Vishwas to join us back. It's what I would say is Mm, you can deploy your machine learning models. If you have a custom machine learning models, there are several ways to deploy it. So, as an end product, it will be like your machine learning model will be served as an web service or an endpoint, which you have to interact with, which is nothing but an API call, right? So this is how it works, and that helps in the deployment aspects. And you have to just give a decision on while you're going for a project or a product development, whether you're going to compromise on the accuracy of your model or and your tailor-made approach, or you just want to go with the services and the responses which as so you'll be able to easily make it over. So I'm not sure why Vishwas has dropped out, but I'll just keep on, we'll engage a little bit more. So I'll just pass a little bit on the resources which you are requested for. So just give me a second on that. So machine learning by Stanford University, which is by Andrew Ng, is one of the very, I'm sorry that I need to put it in comments. Yep. So I don't really have an access to the comments, but what I will do is I will just drop it in a little bit later. If that works. So I have hopped in the chat box, so you guys can take it from here, where we have the Coursera learning as well, and I guess that explains. And do you have anything else before we drop off? But I'm not sure what is happening. So give
Yeah,
me a second on that. Yep.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Vishwas is back. Yep.
Sorry. No, I don't know why my system is actually hanging so much today. It has
Okay.
taken a
Yep.
lot of toll from my side. Sorry for that. My laptop.
Great. Okay.
Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you so much. Yeah, I
Mm,
think I'll make sure that all these things will be there in that Pioneer South India Summit .web.app. So that will be the website. So you guys can check out that after the 23rd of December because we are planning out with a lot of other stuff. So everything is aligned there. And thank you so much, Vivek. And it was a great
mhm.
session, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all for joining today's session. We'll catch up soon. Bye. Take care.
Yeah, bye.